Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to build a fortress around what is, let's face it, the most personal device you own, your smartphone. By 2026, the threats out there are more sophisticated than they've ever been. But the good news is, so are your defenses. So let's get you secured.
And this quote really just nails it, doesn't it? We're not just talking about protecting a gadget here. Oh no, this is about protecting your entire digital identity. I mean, think about it. When literally everything is in one place, the stakes just couldn't be any higher. So, as our phones get smarter and smarter, well, so do the people trying to break into them. It's a constant race. And to build a proper defense, a real fortress, you first have to understand the weapons that are being used against you. All right, let's dive into what you're really up against.
Okay, this one is genuinely chilling. Just imagine for a second. You get a frantic call, and it sounds exactly like your kid or your mom or your partner asking for money or some sensitive info. The AI has gotten so good that these impersonations are almost impossible to detect by voice alone. It totally preys on our most basic instinct to help the people we care about.
Now this is where things get really sneaky. It's called zero-click because the attack happens completely silently in the background. You could just get a seemingly harmless picture message and boom, your device is compromised. You didn't do anything wrong. It just completely bypasses that part of our brain that's been trained for years to not click on suspicious links because there's nothing to click.
And with a SIM swap, the crazy part is the hacker doesn't even need to touch your phone. They take control of your actual phone number, and just like that, all your password reset codes, all your two-factor authentication texts, they're all sent directly to them. It's a recipe for a complete account takeover.
So why are we showing you the number 129? Well, that's how many security holes were found and patched for Android in a single month, March of 2026. This isn't some rare event. It is a constant daily barrage. It's a full-time cat-and-mouse game. And it honestly makes the phrase, I'll update it later, one of the most dangerous things you can possibly say about your digital security.
Okay, that was the scary part. That was the bad news. The good news is you have some incredibly powerful tools at your disposal. So we're going to shift gears now, moving from the threats to your defense. We're going to build your digital fortress layer by layer with overlapping protections that all work together to keep you safe. These 4 steps, they are the absolute foundation of your fortress. They're non-negotiable. Doesn't matter who you are. A strong lock, that's your front gate. Automatic updates, those are your guards, constantly patching up weaknesses in the walls. Step 3, two-factor authentication, especially with modern passkeys. That's your secret handshake. It proves you are who you say you are, even if someone steals your password. And finally, auditing permissions. That's like doing a weekly sweep to make sure no spies have been left inside. Okay, so on top of that foundation, we build the high walls of your fortress. And each of these habits closes a really dangerous loophole. Sticking to official app stores, that keeps those Trojan horse apps out. Using a VPN on public Wi-Fi, that basically makes you invisible to anyone snooping around on the network. And hey, that carrier ping we mentioned, that's the #1 way to shut down a SIM swap attack. Even something as simple as restarting your phone once a week can wipe out certain types of malware that only live in your phone's temporary memory. So simple. All right, so once you've got that universal foundation built, it's time to bring out the big guns. I'm talking about the powerful, unique tools that are built right into your phone's operating system. Both Google and Apple have developed some incredible security features. Let's see how they stack up. And this is fascinating because it shows 2 totally different ways of thinking to solve the exact same problem: physical theft. Android's feature is all about instant reaction. Its AI literally senses the snatch and run motion and locks the phone down on the spot. Apple's is more about prevention. It says, okay, even if a thief has your passcode, they're going to hit a time delay for critical changes if they're not in a familiar place like your home or work. Really clever stuff from both. Now, for people who might be specifically targeted, think journalists, activists, executives, both platforms offer these super high security modes. Android calls it the Advanced Protection Program, and on iPhone, it's Lockdown Mode. These basically limit your phone's features to drastically shrink the number of ways it can be attacked. And if you have a Samsung phone, you get an extra layer of hardware security called Knox Vault, plus this amazing feature Message Guard, which scans incoming images specifically to diffuse those zero-click threats we talked about earlier. I know we've covered a lot of ground, but don't worry. This doesn't have to become your new full-time job. The most important part of all of this is turning security from some big, one-time project into a simple, effortless habit. That's the real secret. That's how you maintain your fortress for the long haul. And that's it.
5 minutes. Seriously. After the initial setup, which, okay, that might take you about 30 minutes to go through everything, keeping your device secure is just a quick 5-minute check-in once a month. It's probably less time than it takes you to make a cup of coffee.
So here it is. This is your entire monthly routine. You check for updates. You give your app permissions a quick skim, especially for things like your camera, mic, and location. Run your phone's built-in security scan. Just double-check that your precious photos and data are being backed up. And give it a restart. That's the whole list. It's simple, it's repeatable, and it is incredibly effective. So, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this one question. Now that you've seen the threats and you've seen the defenses that are available to you, take a second and think about your own device. Right now, is it an open field, or is it a fortress, ready for whatever's coming next? Look, the power to build that fortress is literally right there in your hands. So if you're ready to start locking things down and you want a detailed, step-by-step walkthrough of every single setting we've talked about, from setting up that carrier pin to enabling advanced protection, we've laid it all out for you. For the complete guide, just visit our website for a solution.